Yeah, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I thought I'd talk about illusions. Um, what I mean by illusions is the illusions your mind plays on yourself at times, thinking something's there when something isn't really there. What I mean by that is, let me give you a scenario, right? We make decisions based on information. We also have imagination that's based on information. For example, your dreams are a figment of your imagination, things you can imagine, and that's a byproduct of stuff you already know. For example, if your dream is to become a singer, that's because you know there's a market, or there's people that pay singers, people that pay people that can sing. As a result, you feel, and there's admiration for it. So as a result, you're now imagining yourself being a singer, which may manifest to become a dream, or maybe it's just an imagination. At the end of the day, no matter. The point is, a lot of times we let imaginations stop being just imaginations and becoming illusions, and that's the problem. When something becomes an illusion, it can lead to delusion. Now, delusion is necessary for progression because without delusion, you're never gonna think outside of the box. You need to be a bit delusional to think outside the box. But those are some special rare cases, and those only happen with people that are rare cases. Like, not every average Joe is going to be a delusional guy and create something crazy, or find a concept out there. Majority of the people that are going to be delusional are just going to be delusional, that are have strayed away from reality so far that they're gone. But they're still like, so we're not talking about that niche 1% that actually needs to be delusional in order to do something crazy and innovate stuff. It's the other 99% that delusion is actually just delusion. The reason why I bring it up is because, there's always times where I'm in my head and I play around with these imaginative scenarios. Now, obviously, the Stoic philosophies do dictate, or do state, that it is a good thing to create scenarios in your head that support a specific ideology or goal in order for you to prep. But obviously, you're not supposed to get so wrapped up into the actual delusion, because you have to keep in mind, when you get so invested in an idea or an imaginative concept, you start to lose yourself into it. So when it comes crashing down and it breaks, you are the only one that's very hurt by that whole thing. So that's why I figured I'd make a video about illusions and how they can be good at times, but 99% of times they can lead you down a path where you may be mentally torturing yourself. So, with that being said, guys, my message for this video is, if you ever find yourself imagining things, and you always know if it's gonna be your imagination or not. You're just gonna be too prideful to accept that it's just imagination. But what I want to say to you guys is, if you ever find yourself in a situation such as this, where you're imagining a reality that doesn't exist and has a low probability of existing, then snap out of it, and rather than creating an imagination or imaginative reality that doesn't exist, focus on the objective. And with that low probability that it can exist, and if it does exist, then great. But if it doesn't exist, at least you won't be hurt by it, and you could still proceed towards a better goal. But that's enough for today. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.